My name is Lisa, and I'm a stay-at-home mom living with my husband Noah, our adorable daughter Madison, and our grandparents, making a family of 5. We live in a 2-story house located in a quiet residential area, where the grandparents occupy the first floor, and my husband, Madison, and I use the second floor. Although we can't say we live spaciously, the constant buzz of people's voices adds a charming liveliness to our home. Madison has grown into quite the chatterbox. Today, like many days, the 3 of us came down to the first floor. Grandpa, let's wipe you down and get you changed.
I'll support you while you move. Excuse me.
Madison will take off the clothes and put them in the washing machine.
Now, everyone's tea is ready, so take a break.
This is about Noah, Madison, and the grandparents. Before I got married, I worked as a caregiver at the same place as Noah. Now, as a full-time homemaker, I take care of my bedridden grandfather. Having been in the caregiving profession, I don't find our current lifestyle burdensome.
Lisa, thank you for always taking care of Grandpa.
Don't worry about it, I'm happy to be by their side, and it allows me to give back for all the care we've received.
I'm glad to hear you say that, but remember not to overdo it, okay? Caregiving is hard work. If only Iris could help out, then you could get more rest.
It's okay, I don't mind. I understand her situation. Iris, mentioned in the conversation, is my real sister. We grew up in a father-led household, and our father is currently living abroad for work. In place of our busy father, our grandparents took care of us. I adored our kind grandparents, but it seems Iris didn't feel the same way back then.
Grandpa's house smells musty. I wish we had a new house like my classmates.
Iris, don't say such things.
That's right. Grandpa and Grandma have always loved and taken care of us. And this house is filled with so many memories, isn't it great?
So what? I'd be fine just with Dad and me. Grandma. Iris wants to buy something. Can I have some pocket money?
Iris, who speaks her mind quite bluntly, often spoke ill of our grandparents behind their backs, prompting our father and me to admonish her each time. However, Iris never changed her views and only sweet-talked when she wanted pocket money. Even when getting married, she demanded 1.5 million yen as a wedding gift from our grandparents without offering a word of thanks. Consequently, I've always felt uneasy around my sister and her husband, choosing to keep my distance. A few months later, our grandfather passed away quietly.
Great-grandpa, wake up. Let's talk with Madison again.
Madison, dear, your great-grandfather must have been so happy to be thought of so fondly by his great-grandchild.
Grandpa, I wanted to talk more with you too.
That's right. Let's all live happily so that when we meet him in heaven, we'll have lots of stories to share.
The funeral was held, and we all gathered to bid farewell to our grandfather. Amidst this, Iris and her husband Paxton arrived late to the venue. Without any apologies or signs of sadness, they immediately focused on the matter of inheritance.
Hey sis, when do we get Grandpa's inheritance?
What? Iris, what are you saying at a time like this? The funeral's still going on.
Exactly. Grandfather has just passed away and everyone is mourning. Please refrain from making such insensitive remarks.
But it's important, right? Sooner is better, obviously. It's so stiff and boring here, you know?
Yeah, we've been tired of waiting to hear about it. With all this gloom, even my carefully styled blowfish hair is wasted.
I'll say it again, we're in the middle of a funeral. It's disrespectful to Grandpa and everyone present. Especially with your flashy pink and blue hair standing out. I'd rather not draw more painful attention. That's better left to TV heroes.
What's wrong with standing out? Everyone's the protagonist of their own life, right? If you're the protagonist, you've got to catch everyone's eye.
Right. Together, we make a dazzling pair, brightening each other's colors.
Paxton, you always say the best things.
It's odd to seriously respond to these people, but a protagonist is someone who appeals to everyone because they have universally relatable traits. Edgy characters are more suited to supporting roles.
Exactly, which is why even the stars of certain video channels have modest personalities. And they're given common names with unassuming appearances.
I don't know what you're all talking about, but Iris has always only been sweet when she wants money. Even so, talking about money at a time like this is really something, isn't it?
That's exactly why we should discuss it now, while everyone's together.
Right. You never know who might try to get ahead.
Sounds like someone we know. You do have a point.
Did you say something?
Must have been my imagination.
Anyway, Grandpa's estate is worth like 200 million yen, right? We have a lot of payments to make, so we'd like it as soon as possible. So, when will it be deposited? Don't hold out on us, tell us already.
I never imagined that a discussion about inheritance would arise in the midst of a funeral. Both Noah and I were beyond angry, we were dumbfounded. Grandma and Madison quietly observed the unfolding situation. I decided it was time to confront Iris with the truth. Listen, Iris. It seems you're under some misconception, so let me make things clear. Us grandchildren don't have any inheritance rights, you know?
Come on, are you trying to deceive me by claiming a weird lie to reduce my share? I won't fall for that one.
Yeah, please stop with the unfunny jokes. I'm known among my friends for being too trusting and easily fooled. My juniors are always concerned about me, you know?
It's not that you're nice, it's more about your brain, I guess. Understandable. Didn't your juniors ever come to you, worried, only to end up asking for money?
How did you know? Were you watching?
You're an easy target. Probably the type who gets approached by old classmates out of nowhere.
I get approached often, but is there a problem with that?
Are you sure you actually know those people?
Faces change over the years, it's common.
Well, hairstyles and vibes change, but facial features themselves usually don't.
These kids are a concern for the future. So unprotected.
Whatever, as long as the money comes in, life is safe.
Right. So, how much inheritance are we talking about?
You're mistaken about something, Iris. You're not getting any inheritance.
Why not? I'm the grandchild, right? Oh. Is it because Dad is actually the illegitimate child of Grandma and Grandpa isn't really related to me?
Don't go making people out to be immoral, you uneducated child. Inheritance goes to the spouse and children. Direct inheritance to grandchildren like you doesn't exist.
What? My life plan is... It's troubling to hear this now.
Wait a second, then, it must be written in the will, right?
That's it. Paxton, you're brilliant.
You're sharp there. But unfortunately, there's no will. He said to distribute according to the law. That's what he wanted.
That's so like Grandpa, always fair.
What? But I have payments to make. What am I supposed to do now?
Upon realizing that they wouldn't receive any inheritance, Iris and Paxton's faces turned pale. Then, they burst into a fiery anger.
That's so unfair, only you, sis. You must have spent a lot on caregiving, right? You've been using Grandpa's inheritance all by yourself. I'm his granddaughter too, so give me the same amount.
Exactly. Caregiving is just an excuse for eyeing the inheritance, right? We're not going to let that slide.
Don't be ridiculous. I took care of Grandpa because I wanted to repay him for everything. Even after everything they did for you, Iris, you still don't understand?
Iris and Paxton, you're both upset. But Lisa isn't receiving any inheritance either. The situation is the same for everyone.
It's not the same at all. You were just pretending to take care of him to hoard the money, weren't you? Then you should take care of the payments we're facing.
Uncle and Auntie, your hair looks so cool, like heroes. But what you're saying sounds like the villains.
What? From any angle, I look like a cool guy.
A cool guy wouldn't make a fuss at Grandpa's funeral. My teacher said a funeral is where you say your last goodbye to someone who has passed away. Uncle and Auntie, you haven't properly greeted Grandpa at all.
I'm Addison. When did you become so wise? Daddy is proud.
Right? I take after Mom.
What about Daddy? Don't I resemble him at all?
Maybe a little.
That's too cold. I'm sad.
The usual pattern, huh?
Also, why do Uncle and Auntie talk about money so much? I'm full of memories spent with Grandpa right now. Do Auntie and Uncle value money more than memories? Are you that poor?
You too? Aren't you ashamed to be told this by a little child? Just like Madison said, why are you so obsessed with the inheritance? You both earn enough to live on, don't you?
We can't help it. We bought a house.
A house. Did you buy your own home? Congratulations. So, you want to pay off the loan early to shorten the repayment period?
Or maybe you're trying to reduce the monthly payments. Either way, interest is inevitable.
The down payment for the house is due next month. We set it at 15 million yen thinking we'd get the inheritance.
That's why not getting the inheritance right away is a problem for us. We might end up not being able to live in the home we built.
The reason behind Iris and Paxton's fixation on the inheritance finally came to light, but it was for a selfish reason. What? You set a high down payment without having the cash? Or rather, you bought a house counting on the inheritance.
Come on. That's recklessly beyond limits.
Really, really.
You're just a kid. How dare you act all high and mighty? Do you even know how much a house costs?
I know it's thousands of times Daddy's salary.
Well, not quite that much, though there are houses like that.
You fools. Buying a house isn't like impulse buying clothes. Enough with your selfishness. Lisa is a kind child who took care of her grandfather willingly. But what about you? All you talk about is money. You're cursed.
You don't have to say it like that.
No, I'll say it because it's time. You used to take money from the wallet during your school days without permission. Don't think I didn't know.
Yikes, you knew?
What? You begged for allowance and then stole as well?
Andy, you're a thief.
A theft charge doesn't apply among family.
Legally, you might not be charged depending on the circumstances, but that doesn't mean it's morally acceptable.
Even I think stealing is too much.
Paxton, aren't you on my side?
Taking things without asking is not okay. We should have discussed it, like, do you know what will happen if you don't give it to me?
That's not discussion. That's a threat, you idiot.
So it comes down to this.
I hate that I almost thought better of you for a second.
It's amazing how you don't think it's wrong at all. I wonder if great-grandpa knew about you two acting like this. Maybe he didn't write a will knowing it would end up in a mess like this.
Wait, if the inheritance goes to spouses and children, that means Dad gets something, right? We can somehow ask him to give it to us.
Did you just say steal?
Nah, didn't say anything like that.
Sorry to disappoint, but Dad just sent me a line message. I will renounce my inheritance. Let everything go to my mother, and I'll cut ties with Iris, who always asks for money. That's what he said.
What? My plan to get a lifetime gift from Dad is ruined.
Seriously. Now we've got no moves left. What do we do?
Grandpa, Grandma, Dad, all useless.
That's an unbelievable thing to say. People aren't objects, you know? Why try to manipulate them to your will? Everyone has their own will.
If you judge people by profit and loss, you'll end up being seen the same way.
A life decided by calculations. That's sad.
You two are so foolish that even the great-grandchild has become enlightened.
As Madison sharpens her knack for pointed remarks, the sister and her husband seem to regress further.
But still, we really don't have any money.
If you don't have money, I think you should work. He who does not work, neither shall he eat.
Madison is becoming more and more enlightened.
Don't say it like it's easy. Working is incredibly hard.
It's because it's hard that you learn to value money and think about how to spend it. You can't save money if you're always looking for the easy way out.
I guess I have to take some responsibility for spoiling you too much up to this point. My bad.
Really? So, you'll give me the inheritance?
That's why I'll make sure to have nothing to do with you from now on. Not just no financial support. Just like my son, I too will cut ties with Iris. Don't ever show your face at our home again.
If Grandma says so, we'll also sever ties. We can't have you relying on us.
She'll definitely come begging for money.
Then we'll have to salt the earth to keep them away.
Come on, don't treat us like we're slugs.
Hey, I'm your cute little sister, right? I'll give you a shoulder rub, so help me out.
A shoulder rub isn't going to cover the down payment for a house. Besides, I don't have a sister anymore. Right now, we're in the middle of our dear grandfather's funeral. If you're not part of this, please leave immediately.
Everyone is saying their final goodbyes to great-grandpa. Bests say bye-bye.
Don't chase me away.
Thus, instead of securing their grandfather's inheritance, Iris and Paxton ended up losing their family ties. They managed to pay the down payment by borrowing money, but the interest quickly ballooned due to borrowing from a bad source. Unable to see a way to repay the debt, their home loan payments fell behind, and their dream home was eventually foreclosed. The shock made work unbearable, and due to their already problematic work attitude, they quickly lost their jobs. Their living situation downgraded from a spacious house to a tiny, bathless 3-tatami mat room, leading to constant fights and stress in the cramped space. Their hair color returned to its natural state, and they became so gaunt that acquaintances no longer recognized them, leading to a lonely and bleak existence. On the other hand, our family.
Hey, isn't this hero's hair cool?
Yes, it's bright red, full of passion. It really shows the protagonist's straightforward and fiery temperament.
Haha, Madison is at the age to like these things.
Madison wants the same color.
What? Madison wants to go bright red.
Noah, the toothbrush is still sticking out of your mouth.
No. It's too early for Madison to rebel. Is there something bothering you?
No, I just thought it's a pretty color and wanted to try it. Green is also fine, the poses are cool.
Red or green? Wait, Madison. Daddy will buy you a wig, so please reconsider dyeing your hair.
Don't go out with a jacket over your pajamas and a toothbrush still in your mouth.
And you've got foam all around your mouth.
Daddy looks silly. Hero White looks cooler.
Ouch. Daddy will go dye his hair white now.
I said, the toothbrush. And your pajamas.
What a lively family.
After hastily getting dressed, I had to stop Noah from heading out with his zipper forgotten and left open. There's really no need for him to dye his hair white, but it seems like Noah becomes more doting with each passing year. However, that's not something I dislike, rather, it's quite endearing. The sorrow of losing Grandpa hasn't fully healed yet, but thanks to my family, I'm able to smile. Moving forward, we plan to cherish every day, sharing both the sorrows and joys as a family. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.